before we get into this beautiful update on this beautiful Sunday morning, don't forget to give thanks to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and remember to remain humble and contain that humility that's required for us to, let's just say, encourage and reunite a part of humanity in a similar objective that we have here in cryptocurrency, and also when we do dip into the precious metals conversations. But it's important for us to stay on the same page. And for us to stay on the same page, we've got to have an equal understanding from the mind. So XRP right now we can see is down 0.75%. I mean, is up 0.75%, just under the $2.42 level. This entire weekend has been very nice as far as I can tell. The fact that we haven't given back this bullish breakout, we've held the back test throughout the last 36 hours so far. Now it's Sunday. We're still thinly traded until tonight. We got to try to make it through the ETF starting to trade on Monday morning. If you can get through the thinly traded weekend without a massive dump down, and don't get me wrong, we had a nice consolidation on Saturday. But if you can do it without having that 15, 20, 10 to 20% pullback, how sometimes the market makers like to use the weekend, as we know, with thinly traded volume, to where they can move the prices a little bit easier up and down, maybe circumvent some of the leverage traders and have them liquidated from both positionings. Usually from the long side, they'll try to liquidate on Saturdays. And then on Sunday night going into Monday, the shorts sometimes feel it pretty hard in that 1 to 5 a.m. area on the Eastern Standard Time Zone where I live. So we'll go over XRP. But I have a few cool things we're going to go over as well. If you're a fan of XRP Healthcare, the post they put out on YouTube yesterday should let you feel exactly what I've been talking about for like 7 months, that this is so undervalued, and this is going to be my biggest hidden gem that I've ever had, regardless of crypto, commodities, the stock market, no matter where I've traded. This is going to be the biggest winner that I've ever had. And I say that unequivocally because of the way that they're releasing their tokens, the fact of the cap on the tokens, and the fact that, let's face it, it's on the XRP ledger. It's doing in with the healthcare, how we conventionally think of it, and turning it into more of an AI robust way of doing it. And they're trying to make facilities that are, it's a big thing, but, and also think of it this way. If XRP Healthcare is it's above 20 cents, well, let's say it's at 20 cents, and XRP is at $2.41, you're going to get about 15% of traders that have no idea what they're doing. They're going to say, oh, XRP is at $2.41. What's this XRPH? It's still XRP. It's at 20 cents. I'm going to buy that. It's the same logic that some people use when they buy silver. Even though they want to buy gold, but they look at gold and they say, oh, gold's up near 2,650, 2,600, but silver's at 30 bucks. I can buy $30 a lot easier than I can buy 2,600. It's the same philosophy, but that's not why I own XRP Healthcare. I'm just saying, you're going to get those residuals that end up rolling in on the back end, but those people won't know what anything is, and then it moves up a few percent and they just sell. But you're going to be pretty shocked when you start to see exactly what the direction of XRP Healthcare from within actually is. They've been talking for the last few months now about 100 million or less tokens, and they've been showing chains and different things with this kind of production and the way that they're releasing them, and they've shown the examples of where they want to be. The lowest one they showed was a token that's roadmap ended up playing out, and it's at $3. The top one they're showing is at $100. So I don't know exactly what the agenda of XRP Healthcare is and where they vision their total price per token, but it's not with the zero we have now. And from talks, it doesn't even sound like they want to be stuck in the realm of under $10. So if XRP Healthcare is going to go that far, and there's only a 99.9 million total circulating supply, that is something that I keep saying, I'm not willing to let it go until it does what it wants to do. I'm already up like 11, 12, 13 bagger on. I don't even know what it is these days. But between that and some of the other stuff, and obviously, I know a lot of you are experiencing this, but the UAPs, just get this out of the way very quickly when I first do the intro, because I had one fly over my house yesterday. Julie recorded it, put it on TikTok. The people that are commenting saying it's an airplane, like, come on, man, I'm 40. I'll be 41 on Tuesday. I know the difference between an airplane and a helicopter. I've lived in Michigan my whole entire life, over 4 decades. So, like, when people are like, oh, it's this and that, it's like, well, so you think us as humans, we don't know what an airplane or a helicopter looks like. So, the only thing that I can say about that that was weird is that when it's over the top, you can see it's not an airplane. It was so close to where you could see it wasn't, but it sounded exactly like a airplane or helicopter flying overhead. Um, Even though it clearly wasn't. So that was the one thing that threw me off. But other than that, that's not what can we say? It's obviously well, I don't want to get into too much, but just look up Project Bluebeam and you'll be on the right track. So good morning, 11:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Sunday, December 15th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. Oh, absolutely. They've been in Michigan for a very long time. I agree, Balance. I totally agree with that. Good morning, Kryptonian and Crazy Pole. Thank you both for being in Tom's Army. Crazy Pole for over 3 months with the XRP Meteor, and Kryptonian over 6 months with the XRP Predictor. HR 8610. Some people are very smart in here this morning. Sean Paul says, morning. Jesus is Lord. Yes, and Savior. Don't forget to give thanks to your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ here on this beautiful Sunday morning. Despite everything going on in the world, to have that faith and belief in the higher power, and like God's already present amongst us this morning. When one or more speak the name of God or put it in, or we're talking, preaching, he becomes present. I truly believe that. Uphold actually has an office in the USA in California, or San Francisco, it's in the USA. They have an office, but it is held in a couple different countries. I would not advise Uphold. I've been very open about my experience the last 7 months. And if you're on Uphold, like I had a massive amount of tokens on Uphold. Over time, I got rid of them and went to different exchanges. The only one that I had left was I had 5,000 left, and I had already had 10,000 in my XRP Ledger. I went over this yesterday. I had 5,000 left on Uphold. They kept sending me stuff about validation. Mind you, this is Julie's Uphold account because Julie had the Uphold account, so I would keep stuff in her account. And it's under her name. She's done 3 tax returns through the Uphold. And all of a sudden they kept sending notices saying, oh, your account's going to be shut off, or we're not going to be able to offer you service. We need advanced validation. And she's done 3 tax returns, and she's done the validation, everything you could possibly do. So I took the 5,000 and tried to take them off 7 months ago. It was like in April. Well, when I went to take them off, it only let me take 4,000 off, and it said they could not process 1,000. So obviously I took the 4,000, but there's been 1,000 XRP sitting there since it was about 40 cents. Well, that was a $400, and that was pissed me off then, but now it's worth $2,400. And all it says is we can no longer offer you service. It says we'll get back to you. And let you know your funds are safe, and we'll let you know how to withdraw them. Well, that was 7 months in the making. I even tried to get a hold of them this weekend. Doesn't work. Nothing. There's nothing that is physically working. Oh, yeah, New York. That's it for Uphold. They have an office in New York. You're absolutely right about that, 777DW Brown. You can't get VeChain off Uphold anymore. I believe they made it not available. You would have to sell it, turn it into XRP, or just keep it in Tether and send that Tether to your exchange of choice. That's the problem right now. Yep, if it can't be sent off Uphold, and believe me, they turned a lot of things off from when I started. It was very transparent. You used to be able to send anything you can think of off of Uphold. Now you can't move any of them. Like literally, XRP you can, but like VeChain, DGBs, all those they stopped. HBAR. But yeah, XRP is still consolidating. But that's just my own warning to you with Uphold. Like, if I'm having issues and I'm so. Did we just get disconnected? I don't know. I can't tell. Can you guys still see me? It made the sound like YouTube was trying to disconnect me. Okay, so it did do it for a second. I'm glad that it picked back up. Yeah, it did it on my end too. It made it sound like it was gonna like it was going to kick off. So let's just get into this. So XRP, I see a lot of nervousness in the audience. As we talked about yesterday, and yesterday I was not back here again. As I talked about in live, my son, I thought he was going to get sick because he woke up with a little cough and congestion. He did. He threw up one time yesterday. As you guys know, he has a G tube, so he gets fed through the tube in his stomach when he eats his like main meals right now. So he threw up yesterday from it. But after that, I mean, he had a little fever. And now this morning, it seems to have broke. He's doing a lot better today. So we can still see and hear you. Excellent. Good, good, good. I'm glad you guys can still hear me and see me. But he's doing a lot better today. So I decided to do this live on Saturday and Sunday instead of doing a morning update. I've decided the last few weeks just to do lives. I like getting involved with everybody. I just want everybody to understand. I don't care about the trolls. If they want, I told you they better me. But I like to come here for everybody for the positivity, even if there's some whatever. But I like to come here with the positivity. I like to be able to bounce the ideas off of everybody. And I find it more enjoyable to do these hour lives when I can, like during the week, Monday through Friday when my son's in school. I got 20 minutes in the morning if I'm lucky before I get him to school and do what I got to do. And then I do the lives at night. But during the weekend when we don't have school, I've been enjoying it doing these lives on the weekend and being able to get the information out. So without any more further ado, I would like to get into this. And yeah, if you can't withdraw off of Uphold, they won't let you send your token. You're going to have to sell it and eat that fee, which sucks. But you're going to have to. I am considering getting XRP license plates. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Yes, positive, not negative. Helpful, not hurtful, which I will have to preach that message even more. You know, and that's just what I want in this community. So is there an optic here of we need to back test still and come down to this $2.30 before we break out? It's possible. It is possible, especially if this morning, and I'll show you as we can see this uptrends right here. So that's right around $2.27 from the pennant flag that broke out before. But if you scale this down, does it really look that much different than what we were doing before? Besides the fact, in my opinion, and we'll continue to go over this because nothing's changed. Nothing's changed since we talked Friday or yesterday. And I'm going to just pull this picture back out because is this, and let's do it again today. We're going to superimpose this. And if you guys are wondering how to do this by yourself, it's actually pretty simplistic if you just get into your gallery and you got to get creative. So take a screenshot, right? That's it. Just take a screenshot. Go back into here. We're going to get into this. That was the one I did on Friday. So let's do this now and see if it still looks the same. So now we're going to have to lower the scale. And this is just something that I don't think we always think about, but we have the ability of doing this by just cutting things out, redoing it, save. So now I've saved it right here. So now I'm going to go into my gallery. I'm going to get the sticker. And I'm going to get this because I've already done it once. And now look at this. We're going to superimpose the dragon pattern. I mean, I'm not trying to make things up, but that, to me, unequivocally, looks like we've created am I wrong here? Am I wrong? But even when I superimpose the dragon pattern, you can't make that up, folks. Like, if you don't know what the dragon pattern is, you can't make this up. So I'm superimposing it over today's part of the pattern, and it's 100%, that's got to be the pattern. And he is growing. And I haven't seen a dragon pattern this profound in I don't know if I've ever talked about a dragon pattern in my audience, except this week. So I started talking about it midweek. So now we have to look to see if it's a bullish or bearish dragon. And I believe that these like this, how does it compare to the cup and handle? Well, the interesting part about that is that cup, you know, the all-time cup I've been talking about here. We'll go into this real quick. I've been talking about for years this all-time cup, but now it's a lot easier to show it. Oh, let me go to the other chart. That's not drawn on. I kept this chart clear now. I took off all the drawings so that I could actually do it in real time. So we've been talking about the all-time cup, and I'll show you how this plays out with the dragon pattern, which is staggering when you see the target. It's literally telling us like this has to come soon. If it plays out bullish, obviously. So the all-time cup right here. So we get up here, and this is on, what chart is this one? Whatever. This one was $3.54 all-time highs. So we've speculated, yes, we made the W hump to make a big W, but what if you just forget that you see this? You're just rounding the bottom. What if this is just one big cup that we're trying to work up to? And it would have to come up here to about $3.56. So here, let's draw this all out together without the W, because I have the W in a different chart. So what if during all of this that's happened since it's magnificent rally from 2017 to 2018 from 2016, and then after it just, now it's rounding the bottom. If that is what we're doing, and it's taken us 7 years to do this, that is very interesting if that all-time cup is playing out. If that all-time cup is playing out, it would give us a target on the eventual, whether it takes months, years to break past this point. If that played out on the massive cup, if you take it from the top, and I only did it from 338, so I told you before I didn't do it from the top, but now I'm going to do it from the top just so we can see the maximum potential. So, I mean, you're talking about $6.70 roughly. And that would be if this played out. It would eventually, mind you, though, if it does this, it's just not going to be a quick shot, remember. So that's why I think it warrants going to all-time highs on the cup and then building a nice handle out of it. And if we did something like this and we made a huge cup and handle, mind you, look, it's showing going from $3.60 in this scenario all the way down to $2. So just because that would play out doesn't mean you wouldn't go from 360 to, I'm just saying that's a small example of what could play out. And then if it plays bullish, it would look like that. The best wallet for XRP Healthcare is their wallet, the XRP Healthcare wallet. XRP, you can go on your, that's where I hold mine. I hold it in the XRP Healthcare wallet. I did see, by end of December, it said we were going to have, well, it did say all-time highs, but I did see how it said, but that's above these targets too. So, but the XRPH wallet is what I've had mine in since I've owned it. I just sent it there. So that's if that plays out. But now we've been talking about the dragon pattern, and I re-superimposed this. If you just came in, I just did this in real time in front of everybody. This is the XRP pattern right now, and this is me superimposing what the dragon pattern is right into this chart. Yes, it's you can download it right from the Google App Store. The if you have the apps, or well, I don't know what Apple is anymore. What's it? The App Store? I don't know what they call it. What the hell do they call the Apple Store? The App Store? I don't know. I haven't had an Apple product in like a decade or longer. The only place to buy XRPH, that's the problem, folks. And we're not even on XRP Healthcare yet, but yes, I do. The problem is we haven't been able to really buy it in a lot of places since the app went offline. And like you can see, it's recovered a little bit. I thought it was still closer to 20 cents because we had a drop down. That's why I said that this morning. I was off by almost 5 cents. But it's up. Even if you look at the last calendar 30 days, it's up one. That's a 10 bagger. Like, that's why I keep telling everybody, you can do whatever you want with these. Like, if you're not looking to hold it and try to run it long term like I am, you have every opportunity. We bought this thing at 2 freaking cents. So you have every opportunity to do whatever you want. But I'll get into XRP Healthcare. I don't want to skip over what I'm doing. I have a very nice show planned out right now. So, oh yeah, I forgot about that. XRP Healthcare and the Zaman DEX. I forgot about that. That is absolutely correct. And I have Zaman, so I should know that. Keep forgetting about that. Obviously, you'll have to know how to use the DEX, but yes. But you can't buy, that's it. You can't buy it from Zaman. That's the only thing. You can't actually buy it from there yet. That's what was wrong. That's what I remember now. You can't actually buy it. No. I didn't draw it. I superimposed it off of some TA charts, and we got a good one. And I took this dragon pattern right here from this one, because it's exactly how the dragon is. It was this one or a different one, but I superimposed the dragon pattern onto our own chart. So, and I like doing things like that. So, you know, I'll superimpose things sometimes. But now, before we go any farther, look at this, everybody. And this is why I stopped talking leverage. And for anybody, the 7 people now that are following me through the copy trading, that's for a 1x trade only. And to make a point of it, I opened up an Ethereum Classic trade. I think it was like a $2,900 trade, just a 1x trade like I would normally do. And I'm letting it sit so people can see how one day you're up a couple $100, some days you're down a couple $100, but when you use larger amounts of money, even a 1% move is a $29 loss. A 10% move, you're down $290. Vice versa, the gain versus the loss. So everybody but 7 people left once I switched from leverage to 1x, which is awesome because that's what I wanted to see, because this is my pet peeve. And this is why I stopped promoting it. Look at this. On December 8th alone, 1.8 billion, or what is it? 1.7 billion of retail money was liquidated, which means 1.8 billion or 1.7 billion dollars could no longer find its way into the spot market. Now, you're looking at this exactly like I am. On December 8th, the price of Bitcoin was $97,349. It is unacceptable for long traders across the board from Binance, OKX, Bybit, HTX, BitMEX, CoinEx, and BitFinex. Knowing the volatility here, it is unacceptable knowing that Bitcoin is up $5,000 from that point, which means the whole market's recovered in some length, as we know. XRP recovered from $1.88. So take your favorite crypto. Even DGB stuck at 1.5, but it's come up from 1.3. You know, XLM was at 37, 35. Now it's back to 40 plus. So the fact that 1.7 billion got liquidated here out of leverage and 1.55 out of longs when all it did was reversed up $5,000 on Bitcoin from December 8th. Unacceptable. That's $1.5 billion that could be in spot positions that recovered some losses. Okay, so you lost a few $100 million now. It's not 1.5 billion in overall. And that's not on the weight of every trader because it's accumulated through all traders. But still, that's too much money. So I had to stop talking leverage and I switched it. And I said this is going to be a harsh reality because we're up 300 and something dollars. We're up almost 300% when I stopped doing it the way I was doing it. And I said, we're going to this 1x because I'm not promoting that anymore. I'm not doing it. Because so many people are losing so much money on their own even. Like, it's just too much. So now we go to XRP, and we know XRP's back up to $2.42. And we have to see the liquidation zone so we can see what's coming next. XRP, and look at this. This is part of what bothers me. It was at $2.21 on December 8th. $67.5 million was liquidated out of XRP positions. 53.7 million alone on December 8th was liquidated out of retail like me and you. This is the important part. And if this doesn't resonate with you, I apologize. If I'm not going fast enough, this is just the part you're going to have to eat it and wait to get to the next part because this is the most important part of spot trading, even though we're looking at leverage. Yes, listen to that again. This is the most important part of your spot buying and selling if you can understand the leverage side, the futures market. If you can understand where the emphasized amount, Tom, are measured by the height between the second, got the neckline added to the breakout point. I think he was talking to somebody else. I'm sorry. XRP following Bitcoin. Bitcoin just... Oh, yeah, absolutely. So let me finish this point. As you've seen in the title, I said Bitcoin's eyeing 106 and then ultimately 122K. That's the first target is 106 and some change. That's why I put that. But anyhow, so you see how 53.75 million was liquidated in longs at $2.21. Would somebody like to put in the chat right now what XRP's price is? And the short traders be damned. That's what you get for shorting a bull market. We're talking about the long traders right now. What's the price of XRP right now? Just anybody. Anybody. Oh, how to measure the dragon pattern. We'll get into that. Okay, so it's at $2.43. So it's up 22 cents from December 8th. But because of greed, 53.75 million, it could have been me, could have been you, could have been some people watching in the audience right now that were part of that 53.7 million. They lost that money just to watch XRP up 22 cents per token right now. But they can't recover nor gain on that because that liquidation most likely happened on the dump down to $1.88. Or it would come the next day when it re-screwed everybody. So you get what I'm saying. So that much money is being lost. Now imagine if 53.75 million, instead of being put in those long trades at $2.21, Rob, on average, that 53.7 million was put in there. Well, how big of a move is $2.21 to $2.43? Can anybody put a percentage in the chat? I want to keep my audience involved. And as we do this, I'll move on to the liquidation map. Can anybody tell me what the percentage gain from $2.21 is to where we sit now around $2.43? Or $2.41, wherever we sit. Just give me a rough estimate of the percentage we're dealing with today. And I can tell you how much money could have been made on that leverage, and I'll show you what my point is here. I just need to know the percentage points. Because I don't want to switch my chart. Just anybody who's got that information. So a 10% move. So 8.5, 10%, pretty close. So, okay. So we'll just do it at 10%, right? So if we would have just put 53.75 million in at $2.21, you would have a profit cleared of 5.3 million if you do it at 10%. We call it 4.7 million if it's around 8%. But let's just call it a 5.3 million profit at 10%. But instead, 53 million was liquidated from long trader. You see what I'm saying here? So instead of being greedy and saying, I'm going to take this 53.75 million cumulatively, and we'll just say it was an average of a 10x across the board. So instead of making 5 million, and mind you, it's only been 7 days in a week, they wanted to make 50 million. But because they wanted to make 50 million, they have zero, kazilch, zero, gone, liquidated, back in the exchange's hands. No different than going to the casino and throwing it on roulette and losing all your money or pulling a slot or any of this garbage. You just gave it right back. But you could have profited over $5 million cumulatively. Us as retail could be up $5 million in the last week. Instead, we lost 53 million. Yep. So, and this isn't about the choice. Like now, you can make the choice before. Like somebody said, you make the choice. But that's the point. That's why the vision and focus, 100% for me, is all spot. I'm not even going to entertain a leverage conversation anymore. Because I want to do this the right way with the audience. And I'm sick of, and not my audience in particular, but I'm sick of in general crypto losing so much money. We've talked about short traders. You never short in the bull market. Even if you get lucky, even if you hit it in the right short spot, you always have to be ready to sell. So with Bitcoin, I've talked about this before. And I'm sure a lot of people are choosing this or using this right now. But if you break through all-time highs, and look how slow this is going. I'm going to have to refresh this. If you go through all-time highs, there's like $4, $5, $6 billion sitting there for short liquidations. I don't know about any of you, but do you see that massive liquidity tug that's just above us right now that is building day by day? You're talking about in the 3-day, there's $300 million right here, right at 103,400. And you can see as you grow up, now we go into the monthly. I love the monthly, assuming that there's not too many people overloading this, because sometimes it gets overloaded. And there's not very many of these you can look at with this kind of consistency with the data. So you kind of got to put a little bit of faith in the way this chart is kind of looking here. So look at this, 103. Guys, look at how big this is getting. When we did this a couple days ago, it was 300 million. This is getting out of hand again. 103,400, 651 million is about on the hook right now. There's about to be 651 million liquidated. These already got liquidated. See this? That means that these have already been liquidated. They're at 0. See that? Okay, so if you're talking about how you have options in the regular market short to long, no, it does not work the same way because you cannot buy a covered call or a covered put, which means when I'm leverage trading, I can't buy my position in XRP and then just have a put option and then have them sell it back to me or I sell it to them at a cheaper price so that you can't do that in crypto. There's up-down options. So it's harder to do something like that. It's much, much harder. So here's the thing, 103,400, there's 651 million. Notice how all of these have already been liquidated. Zero, it says 0. There's no more leverage available. They're being liquidated as we speak today. See all these that got liquidated while we've been on? Even at 250, it's almost gone. 330, almost gone. But now look, you got a whole bunch of people that are sweating, and I mean sweating right now, at 103,400. They're about to get teabagged and lose $650 million. You've already lost about $1 billion here, but that move over 103,000, I guarantee it. That's already happened. And I can tell you by the pure volume going up, let's start at the all-time highs here. There's right around all-time highs. You got 300. Look at all this liquidity, guys. You want to talk about, there's like, if I had to guess here now, there's got to be $7 to $10 billion in liquidity here. At least. At least. You think it's not going to eat this alive? You got another thing coming. I hope who's ever going short in my audience is ready. Because some of you just got wiped out. And you're so close right now. Bitcoin's literally, look at this, 103,000 plus. I've been hearing this one last pump for Bitcoin since fucking 80,000. I'm just going to say this and lay it straight for anybody who's never heard me. Bitcoin had a cup and handle. The target out of the cup was roughly 89,000 of the handle. The target out of the, after you measure the depth of the cup, is 122,000 roughly. Until we hit that target, it's bullish. We can talk about how we want to make it bearish. We can talk about how we need to go down after we hit certain, until it finishes the cup. The rest doesn't even matter to me. It can consolidate all at once. Unless it gives it all back, that cup is telling us the identifiable target. So there's no way around it, in my opinion. You got to hit that target. So everybody who's short trading this, you might get lucky. Like it went to 99, 100, and went back down to 90 to consolidate. If you catch that, you're good. But then within a matter of 1 to 2 days, it went from 99 back over 100. So those short traders, yeah, you might have been up, but if you walked away to take a piss or you had to take a vacation, you come back and now you're down. Hey, I shorted it from 102 and it went to 90, and how am I down? Oh, because it went up 13,000 because the bull market's not over yet. Or at least we haven't topped out to the technical targets. See, whenever there's a technical trade is to be taken, the trading bots are all over it. So they're going to make it so volatile to where they can capitalize the whole way up. And it's just something that sucks, but it's also something, if you understand, you know. Like, how are you going to be tricked here? That's a friggin' dragon pattern. If we know the dragon pattern. So basically, okay, so let me do this. Because I could just do it on the chart and give you the exact target. But how about we learn today how to measure the move on a breakout within dragon pattern. Oh, we've got to find one that's going to make sense. Because we're looking to the top of this. So we're looking to where the pattern first started when it created the dragon. Man, these are going to be too hard to say it. I'm just going to read it. Because if I just show you that, you're going to say, well, what the hell? I'm even more confused than when you're showing me on your chart. This is probably the best because we already formed the double bottom, as we know. This would probably work out the best. So let's see. So dragon chart pattern, we already know. Trading strategy, effective trading trade, entry points, breaking out trade. We already know about that. So we know what the dragon pattern is. Following the double bottom, the next characteristics is the right side rally. This rally represents a strong upward movement in price. Think of it as the dragon's body stretching upward, which is what we've already done. Getting substantial buying pressure during the praise, indicating market strength. Then we consolidate after, and that's where we need to get to, because we started consolidating. See how we came down here? Quick upward movement, and we've been consolidating ever since. We came down here to $2.28 and consolidated after the first push. Now we've broken out, consolidated again, and back tested at $2.37. Now, if it takes this move, your first identifiable target is right here at $2.91 on this pattern. Some people say it can be a bearish confirmation in the dragon pattern if it comes up to the top of the chart and then it gets rejected. So first and foremost, we'd be looking at $2.91. Now, if it breaks bullish is where it gets interesting, because some have said this can be identified as a neutral pattern. Yes, bullish to start, but it could be phasing out the actual formation we're in if we don't get the actual strength of the buyers when we get to the pattern resistance, which would be the cycle high right now. So, visual simplicity. The dragon chart pattern's visual simplicity aids in the recognition. And as if you're just new, I superimpose it for anybody if you just come in, and I have to do this because I'm going to make sure we see everything. I superimpose the dragon pattern over our current chart today. And even last week on Friday, I did this. But now you're starting to see how it's starting to stretch out just a little bit here. Actually, is that the one that I did? Yeah. So that's the one I did on Friday. This is the one I did today. So, I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's a dragon pattern. So even if bearish, see where that dot is? See where I'm dotting? Where I did this right here? Oh, it didn't do it again. But where that first dot was, is where the dragon pattern should go. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. But that's where it needs to go. That's where it needs to go. And if that's the case, the first target would be 292. Now, if it breaks out and doesn't get a bearish rejection, so traders find the dragon pattern reliable for predicting bullish market trends. It clears stages and volume confirmations, provides confidence in decision making. This reliability makes it a favored tool in technical analysis. By identifying these characteristics, you can better navigate market trends using the dragon chart pattern. So we've already identified it. We've got the double bottom. There's a strong support level where the price hits a low, bounces back, and then drops to a similar level before rising again. So dropped, came around, dropped again for the double bottom, which is more of a Gartley reversal pattern now, which is beautiful. Then we've got the right side rally after the double bottom, right side rally after the double bottom. We've got consolidation phase. So it doesn't drop significantly, but prices might hover around $60 to $62. So we've got XRP's price hovered between $2.53, right? When it came to the top, $2.53, and then it stayed around $2.35. And then what did it do now after consolidation? It went between $2.37 and $2.44. So it hasn't done much. It's been hovering in this range, has it not? We had the double bottom, the surge up from the tail, brief moment of consolidation, start pushing up, and then we consolidated in a range here. So we've literally been between $2.28 and about $2.45 the majority of this. We had a little wick up, but between $2.38 and $2.45. So this seems like it's doing what we need. So we have the consolidation phase. This phase suggests the market is pausing before another move. So now look for the breakup above the consolidation range. So this is where it was consolidating before, right after the dragon tail was formed and it did the little pullback. Then we have to see if we broke above the consolidation range. Well, the consolidation range, whether you want to look at it like this as a wedge, or you want to look at it as a channel like I have it, it's still the same downtrending resistance. Consolidated above the range. We've created the double bottom, created the tail, had the surge, had the pullback. Now on the next breakup and consolidation, is it above the consolidation zone? Yes. So we are above the consolidation zone within the phase. So now within the breakout, we're looking, are we above the consolidation range? Yes, and we've back tested. If the price surges past $62 with strong volume in this scenario, it indicates a bullish trend. This is often the signal to consider buying. All we're waiting for is if we get that confirmation and surge right now. And right now it's looking super bullish in comparison to even where we started this live. XRP's looking pretty bullish right now. Bitcoin just took out. I'm sorry for anybody who was in that liquidity zone. You have now been liquidated. If you were in that liquidity zone for Bitcoin, and I just talked about how they were sweating, if you are in that liquidity zone right now of 103,300, you have been wiped out. 103,400, you're on deck. You are on deck, my friend. And not in a good way. That's the 3-day. Let's go into the monthly. And we're going to continue with the dragon pattern, but as we go, you're going to see the hundreds and hundreds. We've already had about $1 billion liquidated during my live, if not more. I'm not joking. This entire section during my live has been taken out. And now it's at 0, 0, 0, 0. Look at 103. Oh my God. It took out that 653 million at 103,400. Oh boy. This is going to get bad very quick. Look at that. 103,450. It took out that liquidity zone right there. Remember the liquidity of 600 plus million right there? Gone. Those people just were liquidated. That's 1.6 billion right now was liquidated during my live from 103,200 to 103,450. 1.6 billion was just liquidated. From the time I came on, there's got to be close to 3 billion in liquidations in Bitcoin. And you haven't seen anything yet if we're climbing to 105. Look at the liquidation zones above us. Here's another big one. Look at these. 537 million at 103,500. 508. There's another billion in the next $100 range. Another billion in the next $100 above that. 697 billion. Oh my God. Look at all these short traders. What are we doing? Why are we giving it all back? 700 million's about to get liquidated out of shorts at So let's continue with the XRP. So far, I mean, is it not meeting every condition we need with the dragon pattern? So, visual symmetry. Check if the double bottom and rally form a symmetrical W shape with a long tail. The symmetry makes the pattern easier to recognize. It sure does. Notice volume increases, yada, yada. We've already been going through all this. So observe price levels. We've already done that. Moving averages, yada, yada. We can look at moving averages. So, I mean, this is what we need to see. So the biggest thing is, are we going to break out past the all-time, or I mean the cycle high? Or is this just signaling, if it breaks bullish, that is, because obviously it could reverse, but everything we're seeing looks bullish. Is it going to hit the cycle high of $2.92 and then just stop? Or are we going to have a true breakout of the dragon pattern? If we do, it's going to put us to all-time highs. Like the target of this is right around $3.50 if it plays out truthfully. I'm not putting that target yet because we got to get past here first. So it might be. The RSI is not cooked. I have mine inverted. So my RSI is inverted. Sorry, I turned on all of like the RSI and then I just hide it until it's relevant. But the RSI on mine's inverted. So if you're not new, or if you're new, we're not heading towards oversold. I mean, towards, right now we're heading towards overbought to the downside. We've got plenty of room in the smaller RSI. We're just at the mid-tier point. We've come out of overbought now. So even if we come back down and we retest this support structure to bring us back up, you would still have a pretty lengthy push. No, I'm hoping we don't get a bad bearish shine short term. Weekly's that's where you have to look. The weekly's overbought, but remember, in a bull market, the RSI stays in these ranges for ages. This is actually a very bullish sign if it stays here. If some of the smaller time frames can clear out the RSI and the weekly can maintain, you're still very bullish. That's why I say we got to get out of this range first and start lifting off here with this. If the volume just ends up superseding itself and selling off, we could get a bearish confirmation, but I'm still looking for whether it's a bearish or bullish confirmation for this dragon pattern. It looks like we need to at least tap $2.91. So, Lions Bills today, I got 10 XRP on the Bills. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Dog Bite, thank you so much for the $5 donation. I greatly appreciate that so very much. You know, I haven't looked at the Bollinger Bands today at all. I don't even have them on my chart. How many minutes have we been in this? Oh my God, it's already been 45 minutes. So I got to get moving on here. The Bollinger Bands are still suggesting that we haven't hit our top hit yet. The Bollinger Bands, prior to the breakout, targeted the move that would bring us into all-time high range. So, is a big move. It's very unlikely. I mean, so the technical target, the first target out of this is 272. So technically this pattern could get stopped at 272, but that's if it breaks bullish. There's no guarantee it goes bullish. This could just be a fake out, and that's what I've emphasized this entire morning. So I keep talking about the levels we need to hold. And right now it's looking beautiful, but if it breaks below these points, it wouldn't be looking so beautiful. And we've talked about how we've got that area around $2.30, even if it came back down. I think it's easier to see within this chart right here, because it has this little X marks the spot here at 227. So it doesn't need to break out here. That's what I keep saying. Nice inverted hammer though on the daily yesterday. So that's not unwise. That looks nice. This looks beautiful. Like if you're just trying to get some kind of confirmation for a move, and if as long as it doesn't give it back, that right there is an inverted hammer from yesterday. That's a beautiful candle. Pulled up, came all the way within the body, but stayed at the bullish side of the body. So it didn't even... That's the epitome of what you want to see an inverted hammer the day before. I mean, I don't have that high of a ratio in XRP. But nobody's the same, you know, not everybody's going to believe in the same thing. So I can't tell you if that's too high or not. I don't know your portfolio or your goals. I just wanted to have as many IoT and ISO tokens with at least hitting that threshold of 10,000 per, depending on what it was. Like DGB's just gone out of control. DGB was sitting at I've told this, so I'm like over 600,000 DGB. I've gone ballistic. And yeah, it's nice to see it over 157 because I haven't bought it in a couple days, but still, I went ballistic. My average is at like, I brought my average up from, I'm not joking, from 0058. Now it's up to 00 almost 9. So I'm only like 10% under 1 cent now for my average. But I've just been going ballistic. I've gone ballistic. It's my single largest holding with DGB. As far as what I had to put in, XRP is worth way more, but I didn't have to put in as much because I didn't buy as much. VELO's looking great. It's up 9%. We talked about catch yesterday. Somebody had it in the comments, and we talked about it. It looked like it was going for a breakout. And at least the back to the top side, so I'm glad to see that's at least happening for that person. VELO. And then I'm going into XRP Healthcare after this because I want to read what they put. Yeah, VELO's searching for that 3.3 cents that we've been waiting for. It feels like forever. Almost came up here before. But 3.3, and then we ultimately got to hit this 3.6 to get out of this upsending resistance, finally. If we could break out of this consolidation, it's got a nice move here that is just baked into 4.1. And actually, it's pretty much this move above. But yeah, so VELO's looking fine. A lot of these are looking fine. Let's see what some of our other stuff is doing. AMP is pretty flat. George, thank you for the $20 donation and also being in Tom's Army for over a year. He says, all the best. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that, my friend. And thank you for paying it forward and showing, actually, I don't know. It's always surreal when somebody pays me their hard-earned money for the work that I do. It's incredible. ESC we've been talking about from about 2.7, then it went to 3.7, then it went to 3.1, 3 cents yesterday, up 7% today. Jasmy's up 8.2% today. Kanto's getting beaten down right now. But it did have an overzealous move, as we talked about. We never really back tested after the breakout. So it is possible it has to come back to that 2.7, but I doubt it. It's still seeking 5.6. So we're going to be here in a couple days, and we'll probably be saying 5.6. IOTX, I'm very happy to see it back over 6 cents. Up 10%. IOTA's up 1.47. So some of the stuff is moving right now. It's a good sign of the altcoins. Ethereum Classic's up 1.7. Ethereum 1%. Doge 1.5. Algo 1.5. No major movers. No major real movers. ZIL, VeChain, right around the same, about 2.5%. XDC about 4%. DGB almost 3.5%. XLM flat, just like XRP. HBAR flat, down 0.5%. XRP Healthcare up about 10%. So we know this is where I'm going to end my program today. So if this holds the back test for XRP Healthcare, these are the targets in between, but the technical target's almost 60 cents. But what I want to show you guys, and I'm very excited about, because XRP Healthcare stays transparent, and there's not a lot of people that follow them. I get it. Why would you? You know, why would most people follow them? I get it. 4,750 followers, should be way more, but in their community, you want to talk about, where's this post? I think it was right here. If you want to talk about what they're trying to do, and it gets me even more excited because I talked about this 8 months ago when it was the right time. So, does anybody have a problem with the XRP Healthcare? It doesn't let you get past it. Let me get my phone because I've not had a problem with that. Okay, so I'm just going to see if I'm having an issue. I can't answer that without... No, I logged right in. And I'll go to exactly... And you won't see exactly what it's worth. It's not going to show your total balance if you're just looking. You have to go to the screen where you just hit send. And I can send and receive as I want. And then you just put in that you want to use your XRP Healthcare. I have 60,673. So if I put 60,673, oh my God, I didn't want to do that. Fuck. I haven't looked at the total value since I bought it. Shit. Well, that sucks. Anyhow, on my app and the front page, it shows it's worth 4,400. Well, and what it's done today, and you guys know I bought the XRP Healthcare around 2 cents. So, and then I got 7,000 for staking it. So I only bought 53,000. So, and now that's the XRP Healthcare by itself. Remember when we bought it? Every 10,000 tokens was $200. And then 50,000 tokens is like $1,000. And now I have 60 something, it's just over 60,000, 62,000. And instead of it being worth $1,200, it's worth 15,000 now. So I turned $1,100 roughly into 15,000 right in front of your very eyes on one token. So, you know, people always ask me, where's your big one? I've got a few of them, but I let it play out. It's not going to happen in a day, a month, a week, maybe. It's not even where I want it to be. But if you would have invested $1,100 with me 7 months ago, it's worth $15,000 in XRP Healthcare. Is that life-changing? That kind of a ratio? The XRPH token, fixed supply, true scarcity, and real-world utility. XRPH has a permanently fixed total supply of 100 million tokens. Our issuing account is black hold, ensuring no additional tokens can ever be created. This guarantees long-term scarcity and transparency. That's what I've heard this morning on some other sites. Pepe has been my biggest game. Excellent. This reflects our commitment to responsible token distribution. Hey, Jose, welcome in. Watch, recycle, repeat, indeed. Watch the content, recycle to friends and family, and come back and watch the next update. Repeat. I love it. Thank you, Jose, for being such a long member in Tom's Army as well. So this reflects our commitment. So it says over half of the total supply is already in circulation. This reflects our commitment to responsible token distribution, with the remaining tokens allocated to support further growth and expansive initiatives. Real-world utilities amplifies XRP Healthcare's value. Our prescription saving card accepted at over 68,000 U.S. pharmacies, including Walgreens, CVS, and Walmart, offers users savings of up to 80% on medications. Each use rewards users with XRP Healthcare tokens, validated by some in the audience that actually have done this and received XRP Healthcare tokens by buying their prescriptions, ironically. Integrating real-world healthcare benefits with blockchain technology. Additionally, XRPH wallet, available on App Store and Google Play, allows users to securely manage their XRPH tokens and access ecosystem features seamlessly. Strategic expansion through mergers and acquisitions. XRP Healthcare will work to consolidate the fragmented African healthcare sector. The incorporation of XRP Healthcare Africa and Uganda marks a significant step towards creating a unified and efficient healthcare landscape on the continent. The XRPH token will play a pivotal role in facilitating payments across healthcare establishments, enhancing efficiency and accessibility. Our web-based XRPH AI platform is already live, and if you're watching right now and you understand XRP Healthcare, we have 171 people watching. Hit that like button. Can we get to 200? If you think XRP's Dragon Pattern is going to play bullish, hit that like button while I'm still here. Let's see how high we can get this. See how many people we can see to get this information. So our web-based XRPH AI platform is already live, providing localized health advice and bridging holistic and traditional insights with trusted healthcare resources. The XRP AI app is coming soon, which I am super excited about, offering users their very own 24/7 personal health expert. And this is cool because if you're into holistic things, when this XRPH AI app comes out, you'll be able to type in different herbs and it'll be able to point you in the right direction, which is going to be awesome. I can't wait. Delivering personalized advice and insights on demand. It will also support our African mergers and acquisitions (M&A) efforts by streamlining healthcare data integration and operational processes across the region. Why is this important? No, you never stake XRP. They don't actually offer staking. Ripple's come out 1 billion times and said they do not offer staking on the token. Period. Never try to stake XRP Healthcare either. The app only had so many through their XRP Healthcare, which is what I talked about earlier this year. That has been satisfied. They only had a certain amount in their white papers and on their roadmap, but within their white papers, that they had a certain set amount, and it was not a lot to stake with. And we seen it was getting close earlier this year. And now I wish I could keep staking it. It just sits there anyhow, but there's no more tokens available for staking. So, in digital assets, scarcity drives value, with the cap supply and growing use cases in blockchain-powered healthcare and AI innovation. XRP Healthcare is uniquely positioned for sustainable growth. Scarcity plus utility. What do I want? Utility tokens that are scarce. Ledger is bad news, guys. Whales, Josie Whales. Thank you for the $4.99 donation. I'm using Decent Biometric Cold Wallet. It's got the XRPH trust line. And the wallet is very accurate. Thank you for that, Mo. I appreciate that. And thank you for being in Tom's Army for over, over a year with the I Told You So badge. Unbelievable. And thank you for that information, Mo. Devin, Dogbite, let's fucking go. Jorge. Devin, thank you for being in Tom's Army for over a year, along with being a very trusted mod. Whales, Josie Whales, yeah, there's a lot of people that are saying exactly what you are about the ledger, so we'll see how this plays out. So XRPH isn't just a token. It's part of a revolutionary ecosystem combining healthcare, blockchain, and AI to solve real-world problems. Want to learn more about our mission and how XRPH is transforming the future of healthcare? And if you're following XRP Healthcare, make sure you follow them on YouTube. So I got to go. I'm going to go hang out with Julie. I think this was a beautiful live. We didn't get quite to 200 likes, but we did phenomenal. If you're looking for more information, if you want to figure out how to buy XRP worldwide, USA, if you want to figure out, and I don't advise it, but if you're trying to leverage trade and you want to find the lowest maker-taker fees, if you're trying to figure out where to buy XRP Healthcare in the USA, it's all difficult right now. So BITUNIX is my most preferred when it comes to trading. When it comes to actual trading. Oh, I didn't even realize the back wasn't on anymore. It must have ended what I was doing, or I must have hit something wrong. But if you're looking, what does it even matter? I'm about to exit anyhow. Let's see. I just don't like what was on the background. That's all. There. Now to probably do some dumb ad because it's on my other account. But if you're looking for that lowest maker taker fee on leverage, I have my AMP And they have a lot of different things like XRP. They got so many different things. Algo's even on, well, it was on BITUNIX. Now it's only in futures. So there's that. HOTCOIN crypto exchange. That's where I have my VELO. That's where I have the SE, the ES. HOTCOIN, if you're looking, and because a lot of people have asked me, if you're looking for this particular token I've been talking about, where's it at? ESE, that's on HOTCOIN. So is IOTA and many others. VELO's where I hold it as well. Ooh, good. I'm ending this right now. Crypto.com. I have the Visa debit card. That's where you can put your crypto into it and use it as a prepaid card. You got the Visa card and you can start using it for spending instead of using your bank account if you want to start becoming crypto savvy and start doing it a different way for the digital. That's that option. That's what I do. That's where I have my CRO, which is the crypto.com token. I have that allocated for a year. DGB, ZIL, VChain, XLM. I've got a lot of stuff on here. Let me just pull it out. Jasmy. But this is my only account I'm verified on. It's the only account I'm verified on, so it gives me a lot of different things I can do. I have right now on here. Holy crap, that is. I have CRO. I have 632,000 Digibyte. Yes, you heard it right. I have 10,000 Algorand, 10,000 XLM, 10,000 HBAR, 100,000 ZIL, 30,000 Jasmy, 20,000 VChain. There's some more, but I'm just saying the closest thousand to what I have. Canto 30,000, IOTX 30,000, no 21,000, and then Tether I have $74 for some reason, which doesn't even make any sense. I don't want to hold it in Tether, but anyhow, that's so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take that $74. I'm gonna go to my account. I'm gonna go to my Crypto.com Visa card. I'm gonna top it up. I'm gonna go to my Tether. And I'm just gonna, oh no, you have to do $100 at a time. So I can't even use that Tether. Never mind. So I guess that Tether is gonna sit there until I figure out where it's gonna go. I didn't even know it was in there. But anyhow, that's what I have on there. And then if you want to send a donation, you can do PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. If you don't want to send through YouTube or join Tom's Army. And then LBank, app only in the USA. App only. Where can you get Canto? Great question. I bought it on Crypto.com. I know it's in other places. I think it's on BITUNIX actually, but I bought it on Crypto.com. Let me check on BITUNIX as well. If you're not looking to get verified. Nope, it wasn't there. It's only on Crypto.com. On mine. So I own it on Crypto.com. And like I said, that Visa debit card is a life changer for me because it's prepaid. It's got $21,000 on it right now from Crypto Profits. And that doesn't count anything that I've talked about that I own. So, you know, it's been a very prosperous time, but 12,000 of that's already gone. It's going towards new windows. I already got it. They're getting put in February. So I've got to build that back up to about 20,000. So I need about 11,000 more from crypto in some way or fashion. And I'm going to remodel my kitchen. My kitchen's only 76 square feet. So it's going to cost to do the floors and everything. I'm saying somewhere top end around 20 grand. Maybe not that much, but you know, I got to have that situated. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff I'm doing based around crypto. And I've just been putting it off because I knew this was going to happen soon. But then LBank, if you can do it through the app, that's where I can offload my XRP Healthcare if I want, which I have no interest in doing. But if you're looking to buy or sell it in the USA, you can try that route. No guarantee it's going to work. And then XRP still stuck in the stationary zone. It's good to see Bitcoin over 103,000. As you know, during this live, it's liquidated about $3 to $4 billion already worth of traders, short traders. And there's a good $7 billion above us still. I mean, we went through it. There's so much liquidity above us. So have a blessed day, everybody. I'm going to try to do another update later. If I do things right, you will probably see me live here tonight after the Lions. So sometime around 8 p.m. if my son's asleep like he's supposed to be and everything's going good. Yeah, on Uphold. Initially, when I bought on Uphold on DGB, they would let you offload it. But very shortly after, they stopped doing it. They're going from DGB to DGB. So you have to literally sell it on Uphold. And then you would have to buy it. I would just keep it in Tether. and just send it off or whatever it sells it into instead of having to buy XRP because then you're gonna have to pay more fees. So me personally, I bought and sold it many times. I've bought and sold it many times over the years. Just this particular time, I'm not selling it anymore. I bought it at 005, 006, 007, 008, and then I stopped and went up to 1.7, almost 2 cents in this recent cycle run. And then when it came back down to 1.3, I said, you know what? I'm not happy with my 300,000. And I ended up bringing that average from, like I said, 0.0068 to over just around 009 now. So if that doesn't tell you how many I bought while I was at 1.3, I literally brought my average to the middle now. If I had bought nothing else, I'd be at like 006 and some change. Now I'm at like 00887 or 889. It's like almost at 0089 now. I bought so much when it retraced back down. So, I never thought I would have 600,000 plus DGB, but that's where we're at right now. Because I said the longer it sits there and the more chances, and now I'm glad it came up. Because from where it came down, I said how big of an opportunity. I mean, it kept doing it. It broke all the way up here. I just couldn't resist. It came all the way to 2.2. And then when it came down here and touched the bottom of the zone, I said, well, fuck. Now I'm screwed. And I bought more. And I think I even bought more when it did this right here, when it came to 1.38, because it went all the way up to 1.6. And then when it came down here, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to top it off. And because I was at like 580,000, so I bought 50,000 more right there. I'm almost sure as shit it was right there. And then if it comes back down here and breaks down, well, it was a tough decision to make, but I see a big cup, a handle forming, and I still see it hasn't broken to my first target of 2.4. So I'm just going to keep letting it go until I see something that throws me off. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. Thank you all. Have a blessed day. Don't let your emotions dictate your response. And don't forget to give thanks to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Remain humble. And the word of the week, which on today is humility. If you don't have it, find it. Because it's very important to stay, you want to stay tightly bonded. You don't want to make anybody feel like they're not welcome. So we're inclusive, not exclusive. Get with it. Because if we do, we're just going to have such a transparent community. And I just so much love it. So much love it. I seen somebody talking to somebody, so I was trying to drag it out a second. Thank you for sharing that information at the end right there.